stop scrolling for just a moment, because today's video could completely change the way you look at two ordinary-looking Lincoln Memorial cents. In today's video, you'll discover the true importance of the 1975 Lincoln Memorial cent and the 1991 Lincoln Memorial cent. We'll explain what makes these coins special, what collectors look for, and whether one of them could actually be worth millions of dollars under the right circumstances. We'll also compare what AI tools like ChatGPT say, what coin experts and professional numismatists say, and what the real collector market shows. By the end of this video, you'll see which information is supported by reliable evidence, what is accurate, and what claims are simply exaggerated. One thing that makes our channel different is that we always share real and honest information. We don't make up fake values or exaggerated prices just to get views. If a coin is truly valuable, we'll tell you why. If it isn't, we'll tell you that too. Our goal is to help collectors with facts they can trust. Now, here's the exciting part. One of these two Lincoln cents has an extremely rare version that is sold for millions of dollars. But which one is it? And what makes it so valuable while the other is usually worth only a small amount? Don't skip this video, because by the end you'll know exactly which coin has the $1 million potential, what to look for, and how to tell if the coin in your pocket could be something truly extraordinary. So, let's get started, and I'll explain both of these Lincoln Memorial cents in complete detail, one step at a time. Number 1. Let's begin with the 1975 United States Lincoln Memorial cent. Before you assume this is just another ordinary penny, I want you to stay with me until the very end of this video. The 1975 Lincoln Memorial cent may look like a common 1-cent coin, but there are important details that many people completely overlook. Some collectors search for this coin every single day, hoping to find a rare variety or high-grade example hiding in circulation. In today's video, we're going to uncover everything you need to know about the 1975 Lincoln Memorial cent. We'll talk about its history, why it was produced, where it was minted, how many were made, its current market value, the rare varieties collectors search for, and where you can sell it if you happen to own one. We'll also compare what AI tools, including ChatGPT, can tell you, what online price guides suggest, and what professional coin experts say. AI can quickly summarize information and estimate values based on available data, but experienced numismatists examine the actual coin. They study the coin's condition, luster, strike quality, mint mark, possible errors, and overall eye appeal before determining its true market value. That's why, when it comes to buying or selling valuable coins, expert opinions are usually the most reliable. Now, let's travel back to 1975. The United States Mint produced the 1975 Lincoln Memorial cent to meet the country's everyday demand for 1-cent coins. Pennies were used constantly in daily transactions, so the Mint continued producing billions of Lincoln cents to keep enough coins in circulation throughout the United States. The 1975 Lincoln Memorial cent was struck at 3 different United States Mint facilities. Coins produced in Philadelphia carry no mint mark, coins produced in Denver feature the D mint mark, and San Francisco struck proof coins specifically for collectors. Each version has its own place in the collecting community. The obverse of the coin features President Abraham Lincoln, whose portrait has appeared on the 1-cent coin since 1909. The reverse displays the famous Lincoln Memorial, one of the most recognizable coin designs in American history. This classic design remained in use until 2008, making it one of the longest-running reverse designs ever used on a U.S. cent, The 1975 Lincoln Memorial cent weighs 3.111 grams, has a diameter of 19.05 millimeters, and is composed of 95% copper and 5% zinc, giving it the traditional copper appearance collectors appreciate. One question collectors ask all the time is, how many were made? The answer is simple: billions. More than 5.4 billion 1975 Lincoln cents were struck at the Philadelphia Mint alone, while the Denver Mint also produced more than 4.4 billion examples. Because of these enormous mintages, most 1975 Lincoln cents found in circulation today are common. So, what is the current value? If your 1975 Lincoln Memorial cent has been used in everyday circulation, its value is generally around 1 cent to 25 cents, depending on its condition. A nice uncirculated example may be worth approximately $1 to $10, while exceptional mint state coins certified in very high grades can sell for $50, $100, or even several $100s, depending on their quality and collector demand. This is where many people become confused. You may have seen videos online claiming that every 1975 penny is worth thousands or even millions of dollars. In reality, that simply isn't how coin collecting works. The value depends on the coin's condition, rarity, mint errors, and professional grading. A common circulated coin and a rare certified example can have completely different values, even though they share the same date. That is why experienced coin collectors always recommend examining the coin carefully before deciding its value. A genuine mint error, an unusual variety, or an exceptionally well-preserved example can be worth far more than an ordinary circulated coin. Understanding these differences is the key to identifying coins that deserve closer attention. And believe me, we're only getting started. There are still several important details about the 1975 Lincoln Memorial cent, including the rare varieties collectors search for, how to identify them, and the best places to sell your coin that you definitely don't want to miss. Now let's take a closer look at the details that can make a 1975 Lincoln Memorial cent far more interesting than most people realize. The first thing every collector checks is the coin's overall condition. A penny that has spent decades in circulation will usually show scratches, worn lettering, and a dull surface. On the other hand, a coin that still has its original mint luster, sharp details. And very few marks can be worth many times more than its face value. This is why condition is one of the biggest factors in determining value. Professional grading services such as PCGs and NGC use the Mint State Grading Scale to evaluate coins. You may hear grades like MS63, MS65, MS66, or even MS67. The higher the grade, the more desirable the coin becomes. A difference of just one grade can sometimes mean the difference between a coin worth a few dollars and one worth hundreds of dollars. Another important detail is the mint mark. If your 1975 Lincoln cent has no mint mark, it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. If it has a small d below the date, it was produced at the Denver Mint. Proof coins from the San Francisco Mint carry an S mint mark, and were specially made for collectors using polished dies and carefully prepared planches, giving them a brilliant mirror-like appearance. Many viewers ask whether every old penny is valuable simply because it's old. The answer is no. Age alone does not determine value. A coin becomes desirable because of its rarity, preservation, demand among collectors, and any genuine mint errors or unusual varieties it may have. This brings us to one of the most exciting parts of coin collecting: mint errors. During the minting process, small mistakes occasionally occur. These may include off-center strikes, broad strikes, clipped planches, die cracks, die breaks, or other production errors, When these errors are verified by professional grading companies, collectors often pay significant premiums because each error coin is unique in its own way. When people search online, they often find completely different prices for the very same coin. One website may list a value of only a few cents, while another may mention hundreds of dollars. So, who is right? This is where comparing different sources becomes important. AI tools, including ChatGPT, can summarize information from reliable references and explain the factors that affect a coin's value. Online price guides provide useful estimates based on recent market activity. However, experienced coin experts examine the actual coin before assigning a value. They look at the surface, color, strike quality, originality, eye appeal, and possible errors details that no online estimate alone can fully evaluate. For that reason, I personally believe the opinion of qualified coin experts is the most valuable when it comes to determining a coin's true market price. AI is an excellent tool for learning, and online guides are helpful for research. But nothing replaces the trained eye of an experienced numismatist who has examined thousands of genuine coins over many years. If you believe your 1975 Lincoln Memorial cent is unusual or appears to have a rare error, don't clean it. Cleaning a coin can permanently reduce its collector value. Instead, place it in a protective holder and consider having it evaluated by a reputable coin dealer or submitted to a professional grading service. A properly authenticated coin is far easier to sell and gives buyers much greater confidence. Another question I receive all the time is, where can I sell my coin? There are several good options. You can sell it through trusted online marketplaces such as eBay, established auction houses that specialize in rare coins, local coin shops, coin shows, or directly to experienced collectors. If your coin has been authenticated and graded by a respected grading company, it often attracts more serious buyers and may achieve a stronger selling price. So before you spend a 1975 Lincoln Memorial cent, take a few moments to examine it carefully. A simple inspection could reveal something far more interesting than an ordinary penny, especially if the coin has an unusual feature, exceptional preservation, or a verified mint error that collectors actively seek. At this point, you may be wondering whether the 1975 Lincoln Memorial cent is actually worth keeping. The answer depends entirely on the specific coin you have in your hand. Every collector knows that two coins with the same date can have completely different values because of their condition, strike quality, color, and any genuine mint errors. One feature that experienced collectors pay close attention to is the coin's original color. Copper Lincoln cents are generally classified into three color categories. A brown coin has naturally darkened over time. A red-brown coin still retains some of its original mint color. A red coin has preserved most of its original bright copper appearance. Coins with a full red designation and high mint state grades are often much more desirable and can command stronger prices in the collector market. Another important factor is eye appeal. Two coins may receive similar grades, yet the one with brighter luster, cleaner surfaces, and a sharper strike may attract more competitive bidding. This is why experienced collectors never judge a coin by its date alone. They examine every detail before deciding what it is truly worth. Many new collectors ask, "Can I discover a valuable coin in my pocket change?" The answer is yes, but it requires patience and knowledge. Rare discoveries do happen, although they are uncommon. People who carefully examine their coins are far more likely to notice unusual features than those who spend every penny without looking at it. When comparing information, it's also important to understand the difference between estimates and actual sale prices. AI tools, including ChatGPT, can help explain how coin values work and provide educational guidance based on available information. Online price guides can show estimated value ranges. However, the final selling price is determined by the collector market, what a real buyer is willing to pay for a specific coin in a specific condition. That's why auction results and evaluations from experienced coin experts are usually the most reliable indicators of value. If you believe your 1975 Lincoln Memorial cent is something special, take clear photographs of both the obverse and reverse under good lighting. Look carefully at the date, the mint mark if there is one, the lettering, and the overall condition. Compare your coin with verified examples from trusted numismatic sources before making any decisions. Remember, collecting coins isn't only about finding expensive pieces, it's also about understanding history, appreciating craftsmanship, and learning how small details can make an enormous difference. The 1975 Lincoln Memorial cent is a perfect example of that lesson. While most examples are worth only a modest amount, certain exceptional coins can attract significant collector interest because of their preservation, rarity, or verified mint errors. Now that we've explored the history, production, specifications, value, expert opinions, and the best ways to identify and sell the 1975 Lincoln Memorial cent, it's time to move on to the next coin in today's video. The next Lincoln Memorial cent has its own fascinating story, its own collector market, and several details that surprise many people the first time they learn about it. So, without wasting another moment, let's take a closer look at the 1991 United States Lincoln Memorial cent and discover what makes that coin unique. Number 2. Now, let's talk about the 1991 United States Lincoln Memorial cent. Before you spend another penny, take a closer look at the one in your hand. It may seem like an ordinary 1991 Lincoln Memorial cent, but what if I told you that collectors don't judge a coin by its face value? They judge it by its condition, rarity, minting quality, and the details that most people never even notice. Today, we're going to uncover the complete story behind the 1991 United States Lincoln Memorial cent. We'll explore why it was produced, where it was minted, how many were made, what it's worth in today's collector market, which rare varieties collectors search for, and where you can sell it if you discover an exceptional example. We'll also compare what AI tools, including ChatGPT, can explain, what online price guides estimate, and what professional coin experts say. AI is an excellent learning tool and it can summarize trusted information very quickly. However, experienced coin experts examine the actual coin with magnification. They evaluate its strike quality, luster, surface preservation, mint mark, eye appeal, possible mint errors, and overall condition before determining its true market value. That's why the opinion of professional numismatists is usually the most reliable when buying or selling collectible coins. Now, let's travel back to 1991. The United States Mint struck the 1991 Lincoln Memorial cent because the 1-cent coin remained an important part of everyday commerce across America. Billions of pennies were needed each year for stores, banks, vending machines, and daily cash transactions, so production continued at a very high level. The 1991 Lincoln Memorial cent was produced at the Philadelphia Mint and the Denver Mint for circulation, while the San Francisco Mint produced proof coins for collectors. Coins from Philadelphia have no mint mark, Denver coins display a D, and proof coins from San Francisco carry the S mint mark. The obverse features President Abraham Lincoln, while the reverse displays the historic Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. This classic design remained on the Lincoln cent until 2008 and became one of the most recognizable coin designs in American history. Unlike the older bronze Lincoln cents, the 1991 Lincoln Memorial cent weighs 2.50 grams and is made primarily of zinc with a thin copper plating. This composition had already become the standard for Lincoln cents after the 1982 metal change, helping reduce production costs while maintaining the familiar copper appearance. One question collectors often ask is, how much is a 1991 Lincoln Memorial cent worth today? For most circulated examples, the current collector value is generally around 1 cent to 10 cents. Attractive uncirculated coins typically sell for approximately $1 to $10, while superb certified mint state examples in very high grades can reach $50, $100, or even several $100s, depending on their quality, certification, and collector demand. This is why it's important not to believe every price you see online. Some websites and videos exaggerate coin values simply to attract attention. Real value is determined by the coin's condition, rarity, authenticity, and current market demand, not by sensational headlines. And that's where professional coin experts make the biggest difference. They don't just look at the date. They carefully examine every detail before deciding what a coin is truly worth. Another question many collectors ask is, how many 1991 Lincoln Memorial cents were actually made? The answer may surprise you. The United States Mint produced billions of these coins because the demand for 1-cent coins was still extremely high across the country. More than 4.7 billion pieces were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, while the Denver Mint produced more than 4.1 billion additional coins. On top of that, the San Francisco Mint struck proof versions for collectors. With such enormous mintages, it's easy to understand why most 1991 pennies found in circulation today are common. However, this is where many people make a mistake. They assume that because billions were made, every 1991 Lincoln cent is worth only 1 cent. Professional collectors know that's not always true. The date alone does not determine value. The real value depends on several important factors, including the coin's condition, strike quality, color, eye appeal, rarity, and whether it has a genuine mint error. When experienced numismatists examine a 1991 Lincoln Memorial cent, they don't simply glance at it for a few seconds. They inspect every detail under proper lighting and magnification. They look for strong design details, original mint luster, clean surfaces, and any unusual characteristics that separate one coin from another. Even a small difference in preservation can significantly affect the final market value. Collectors also pay close attention to genuine mint errors. While most 1991 Lincoln Memorial cents were struck exactly as intended, a small number left the mint with production mistakes. These may include off-center strikes, clipped planches, broad strikes, die cracks, die chips, or other verified mint errors. Coins with authentic mint errors often attract strong interest because no two error coins are exactly alike. Another feature experts consider is the coin's color designation. Lincoln cents are commonly classified as brown, red-brown, or red. A fully original red example that has retained its bright mint color is generally more desirable than a brown coin of the same grade. That's one reason why two coins from the same year can sell for completely different prices. Many viewers ask whether AI, ChatGPT, or online price guides can tell them the exact value of their coin. The honest answer is that these tools are excellent for research and education. They can explain a coin's history, specifications, and typical value ranges. However, they cannot replace the judgment of a professional coin expert who physically examines the actual coin. That's why I always recommend using AI as a learning tool and using experienced coin experts for a final opinion. Experts evaluate the coin itself, not just the date. They study the grade, originality, luster, strike quality, mint errors, and overall eye appeal before estimating its collector value. In my opinion, that makes their evaluation the most dependable when you're planning to buy or sell a collectible coin. If you believe your 1991 Lincoln Memorial cent looks unusual or exceptionally well preserved, don't clean it. Cleaning can permanently damage the surface and reduce its collector value. Instead, store it safely in a protective holder and, if necessary, have it examined by a reputable coin dealer or submitted to a professional grading service such as PCGs or NGC. That small step can make a big difference when it's time to sell. If your 1991 Lincoln Memorial cent turns out to be an ordinary circulated coin, don't be disappointed. Every great coin collection begins with common coins. Learning how to identify quality, originality, and genuine mint errors is what transforms an ordinary collector into an experienced one. One of the smartest habits you can develop is checking every Lincoln cent before spending it. It only takes a few seconds to examine the date, the mint mark, the overall condition, and the surface of the coin. Over time, that simple habit can help you recognize unusual pieces that other people might overlook. Another question I hear all the time is, should I sell my coin right away? The answer depends on the coin. If it's a common circulated example, it may not be worth much more than its face value. However, if the coin appears to be in outstanding condition or shows a genuine mint error, it may be worth getting a professional opinion before making any decision. When you're ready to sell, you have several reliable options. You can visit a trusted local coin dealer, attend a coin show, list the coin on eBay, or consign a certified coin to a respected auction company. Coins that have been authenticated and graded by professional grading services often inspire greater buyer confidence because their authenticity and condition have already been verified. It's also important to remember that the coin market changes over time. Collector demand, auction activity, and the number of high-grade examples available can all influence prices. That's why checking recent sales and consulting experienced numismatists is often more valuable than relying on a single price you find online. The most important lesson from today's video is simple: never judge a coin by its face value alone. A 1-cent coin can carry history, craftsmanship, and collector interest that most people never notice. Sometimes it's worth only a penny, and sometimes an exceptional example can be worth much more because of its condition, rarity, or a verified mint error. Thank you for spending your time with me today. I hope this video helped you better understand the 1991 United States Lincoln Memorial cent and showed you how experienced coin experts determine a coin's true collector value. If you enjoy honest coin history, accurate market values, and educational videos based on real numismatic information, not exaggerated internet claims, please subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment telling me which coin you'd like to see next, and share this video with another coin enthusiast. Until next time, thank you for watching, take care of your collection, and happy coin collecting.